Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Pokemon Champions Megas. So in this series, I'm going to be testing certain Mega Pokemon that I think people will be interested in Pokemon Champions. For this first episode, we are going to be testing out Mega Metagross. Now, the interesting thing about Mega Metagross in Pokemon Champions is that its move pool has been buffed. Before, Metagross was already a staple in the game, had to work off of Iron Head and Zen Headbutt for its stabs, but now in Scarlet, thanks to Scarlet and Violet, we now see Heavy Slam and Psychic Fangs entering its move pool. We also get to use Stomping Tantrum as a single target contact ground move rather than using Earthquake. Relatively the same base power, but in theory, Stomping Tantrum is actually higher base power just because of the single target bracket rather than Earthquake being spread, obviously. It also just helps against Incineroar, which is going to be in Pokemon Champions, and it will probably be in a lot of moveset. Now, going on to the team, I am playing it with Tailwind. I think Tailwind with Talonflame would be pretty cool to test out. You could also use Whimsicott here if you really like to, but I would like to have my Fairy slot for Sylveon, which is Assault Vest, which I think is pretty funny to run into, like our Chaladon Rain and other special attacking megas like Mega Dragonite or even Mega Gardevoir. Our speed just lets us outspeed Garchomp and Tailwind, which will be hopefully impactful. We have Safety Goggles Gyarados as more of a support set, and also just as our Intimidator. And then my personal favorite, we have Trevenant and the bullshit that is imprisoned Trick Room with Facade to hopefully be able to hard counter the pesky Ursalunas that would otherwise give us some trouble. But let's hop into ladder and see how everything goes with this team. Now, I will be putting a link to this. Oh, and I forgot. Talonflame needs to have 31 because the champions, all IVs are 31. But yeah, I will put a link to this website which allows you to play Pre Champions VGC as it was done by a community member in Pokemon, or on, I think it was posted on Twitter. But in our first game, we have a potential Mega Frostlass. Nope, this is not Mega Frostlass. This is Mega Clefable. Now, I don't actually know what it gets, if I'm being honest. But I am very interested to see. They do have Earth Eater. Could be a little tricky, but Mega Metagross does look insanely good here. So we will just lead that with the Talonflame. We will probably want to have Trevenant in the back, potentially as an answer to Dragonite. But I also do think that Dragapult does just as well of the job, and we'll do a Sylveon, I think. Sylveon also looks good. Let us start. Alright, what do we have? We have the Extreme Speed. We should live an Extreme Speed into him. Stealth Rock? What the wait a minute. Why are we saying Stealth Rock? Damn, no effect is crazy. But I think Psychic Fangs is better into Dragonite. And then, honestly, I am just going to go for the... I think I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Do you have anything that I'm worried about? I'm not really. I think we can just go for the Will-O-Wisp into the Dragonite here. Psychic... Oh my god. This is going to do... That actually does no damage. And it goes for the Iron Defense, which is fine. We will just go for that, and let's see how much is Overheat doing. Overheat does OHKO Earthworm here, so we should be able to pick up a double KO. Unless for some reason... So Instinct does come in. The Intimidate is going to be a little annoying, but we should knock out the Earthworm here. Which is perfect. Now let's see what... I'm assuming Mega Clef is in the back. Yes, we do see the Mega Clef. Protect, Follow Me. Interesting. I wonder if I should honestly... I have an idea. We will just taunt the Clefable. Let's keep Q-Charm. Interesting. Damn! Alright. Now we should just be able to win with Sylveon here, though. Hyper Voice is doing a lot of damage to both Mons. How much is it doing to this Clef? Damn, it does nothing, really. The only question is it getting not... We have them back. We'll let the Dragon Pulse here. They go for a Fairy move it into us. Oh, I forgot I did not set up Tailwind. Okay. But they're going to go for the Side Shock, and Hyper Blaze should pick up the knockout here. The question is, how much are we doing? Moonblast does OHKO us, unfortunately. I think we will just go for another Hyper Voice, and we... Is there a point of protecting? We're gonna see they're gonna fake out him. Let's go into Talonflame here. And we will just Shadow Bolt to knock out the Incineroar. And just like that, I think Overheat is in range once we... So we will just Tailwind and go for... There's 2 Hyper Voices to just knock out. 2 Hyper Voices should just knock out here. Yep. Side Shock doesn't do enough. We will Overheat, and we will go for the Hyper Beam to finish it off, which is kind of funny that we can do that. I'm gonna take that hang. And as first battle, we do end up winning into Mega Clefable. Now, I will say that my opponent probably was pretty interesting running Stealth Rock on Earthworm, but you know what? That is he. But we will head into the next game here, and let's see. Ooh, okay, so we are versing Sunny Day Sableye, which is kind of annoying. But we do see the Sleep Powder. Gyarados looks amazing here. Wow, Gyarados actually does look amazing. Sleep Powders. Yeah, we will bring the Gyarados. Honestly, I might just like lead. I might just lead Metagross here, no? We could just lead that Metagross. Bring Talonflame in the back, and then I think lastly, I mean, it's between Dragapult or Sylveon. I do think Sylveon might. Does Sylveon have any uses? I actually do think I'll have more use to Dragapult. Okay. The issue that we could get quashed the following turn. It is choice specs. We will hold off on Megaing. We will go for the T-Wave onto the Typhlosion. I think they'll probably bait out. Okay, they go into Incin. We keep the clear body. We don't. Okay, interesting. They do bring out the Venusaur. We do get the Para off. I might just want to Para the Venusaur here, actually. And just go into Sylveon. Realistically, they're going to go for either the Parting Shot or the Flare Blitz here. But Gyarados will spread this Para around pretty easily, and we don't have to worry about the... They go for the Protect... Oh my god, that Flare Blitz did a lot. Okay. The question is, are you modest? You should be modest, right? I think let's go for the Hyper Beam into Incin here. If our Gyarados is faster, then we should be able to Para and Hyper Beam the Incin and get into range of a potential Waterfall. They do Mega. We should be faster. Yep. Oh, that's big damage. To go for the Parting Shot into our thing. But the biggest thing is that we need to get the damage onto the Incin. We should be able to one-shot the Venusaur and Mega. And they go for the Sleep Powder, and I think they missed that. Interesting. We'll just go for the T-Wave and recharge here. We should eat this pretty comfortably. And now his entire team is pretty much parried. They go for the Giga Drain, which is fine. I think here we will just go for the Waterfall and the Shadow Ball into the... Oh, we hit a crit. Okay, that was kind of massive. Yeah, because... I think we'll just go for the Taunt into the Mega Venusaur and go into our Metagross. He could quash us, which will be a very annoying... Oh, the Slush Bomb! And we get the Taunt up and our opponent forfeit. Alright, heading into our next game. I think from there it was just go over anyways. They couldn't do anything to Metagross at this stage. So far we are 2-0. And we are versing Mega Frostlass. Now, Mega Frostlass is a little annoying, but in theory, I do think Mega Metagross does this look insane here. Same with Sylveon. I think we'll bring those for them. As our last one, no Freeze Dry, Quiver Dance. That could be very annoying. I think we'll just bring Gyarados here. It's a Salt Vest Raichu? Hold on now. I definitely do want to bring Sylveon. Question is, do I bring Dragapult here? Do I bring... Okay. This is a little interesting. Honestly, I think we'll stick to the Gyarados. I will trust my instincts. Also, we can avoid the Rage Powder. Volcarona is only Heat Wave, which is pretty cool, but the only concern I have with Volcarona is the fact that it is probably very defensive, considering it is rocking the Rocky Helmet. But we do go up against the Raichu thing, so we're probably going to get Fake Out here into Metagross, and he probably will just set up the Tailwind. How much are we doing to this Safety Goggles? Overheat is doing a lot of damage. What is... If we want to, I think we'll just go for this plus the Tailwind. And we do just one-shot the Raichu, which is brilliant. Now the question is, how much is Mega Metagross going to be doing to this Volcarona? I do think Psychic Fangs does one-shot it. But depending on its HV investment. I think my only concern is, do we want to go for the Will-O-Wisp or do we want to go for the Overheat into Corv? I think, regardless, we are getting them into I think we'll just go for the Overheat into Corv. We have a pretty sizable chunk. Psychic Fangs does not one-shot Volcarona, but we are putting things in range. We do end up actually living that anyways, but they do get the Tailwind, unfortunately. So now the question is this Volcarona faster? I don't think they are, but we will just taunt Corviknight so that we can stop it from boosting. And we also get to stall another turn of Tailwind, which realistically we should be able to. Question is, honestly, the Volcarona might just be faster. Oh, we missed it. We are faster though, so this works out. And their last Mon is going to be... Could be Frostlass here. Yep, we do see the Frostlass. I think we just go with the Gyarados to set up our Tailwind so that next turn we are going to be faster. They don't... There is a Snow Warning. Oh, I forgot. This is a little awkward. See if we can get a T-Wave off. How much does Hyper Beam do? Hyper Beam is not a knockout. Shadow Ball. Realistically, we should take... Oh, as long as we just don't freeze. Okay, we should just win this. As long as we don't freeze here. Alright, we do not get frozen, and the AV Sylveon doing so much work here. I am actually kind of DMing my opponents right now, but let's see. We'll play 2 more, I want to say. Oh, we get a rain battle, which is pretty interesting. It is Life. Oh my god, what the? Choice Specs Lucario? Who's the? It's Mega Scizor. Okay. How much are we doing in the rain with Overheat into this? We are still one-shotting it, funny enough. So, I am completely fine with starting with Talonflame here. And we will go for... What is... We want to go for Metagross. I honestly kind of want to bring Sylveon here, but Sylveon's a little bad into... If they leave the mouse hold. Clear Amulet. Just a Clear Amulet. Garchomp's also just very annoying. I think we'll lead Dragapult, bring you, and then we'll bring Sylveon in the back. Sylveon. Do we want Sylveon though? Sylveon actually maybe is not the correct choice, but I just enjoy using Sylveon. There is no reason not to. Do Mouse Hold plus thing. Alright. We are pretty much faster. We'll taunt the Mouse Hold. And we'll just go for the Breaking Swipe here. Just to break the Satch. And next turn, play for the Overheat into Scizor. They failed the Encore, okay. And they set up the Swords Dance, which is completely fine, because Overheat into... how much is Draco doing, actually? Draco Leader is not doing anything to this. We don't want to... We'll go for another Breaking Swipe. Simply because... We'll put a Bull Punch. Damn, that was a crit? That's crazy. These Breaking Swipes are adding up in damage, but mainly I went for the Breaking Swipe there, and they forfeit. Okay! We are, to be fair, we are playing on the low ladder, but just simply showcasing that Mega Metagross is actually a very, very strong choice, even though there's other big options. We are versing the Mega Delphox here, so we might have to leave Metagross in the back, potentially. But is a very big but. What if we just don't? Actually, Sylveon also just looks great here, if I'm being honest. But our Showdown does not have a Dragon move, which is pretty interesting. So Dragon Ball does look like free eat. Actually, Dragon Ball in general just looks insane into this team. Mega Delphox is a bit scary, but we do have plenty of ways around it. We should be able to one-shot Mouse Hold as well, considering it is Technician Wide Lens Population Bomb rather than the Focus Sash or Friend Guard Citrus shenanigans. We do see Garchomp plus thing. We will Mega go for the Heavy Slam. I mean, do you want to go for the Tailwind? You do have Protect. So I have a different idea here. So we are going to go for the Mega Evolution, but we will Protect here and just set up Tailwind. And he goes for the Rock Slide. Okay! This is going to be very fun. How much are we doing to... thing? Alright, let's go for the Hyper Beam into Garchomp here. My only concern will be the Delphox having fucking Levitate. Might just wall me. And we do just knock out both Mons. Pretty cool stuff. Sneasler and Garchomp gonna come out. We do have to recharge. They might just get a free Nasty Plot here though, which kind of sucks. I might just want to target this Delphox. How much should we do to Delphox here? Heavy Slam does do a lot. How much are we doing with Shadow Ball? We do have Veil. We might not knock out, actually. Yeah, this is just 252. This just does so much. We can knock out the Sneasler pretty easily, but they do have Protect. This is very annoying, but I think I have to play my outs of... Okay, never mind. How much is Shadow Ball doing? And what's this like? It was not like play. Oh, it's wait, I prefer slower actually. Shadow Ball does not potentially KO. Wait out the Veil here actually. Yeah, unfortunately, my speed. We do lose our first one because I am a speed creeping. I am just speed creeping, unfortunately. I completely forgot that We should probably be faster than Mega Delphox. 92. There we go. Actually, is there any other mons I should probably be max speed for? How much is Mega Greninja? I think this would be a pretty... How fast are you at max speed? Wait, are you speed tied? No, you're 1 point faster than Dragon Pulse anyways, so it does not matter. If I'm... Yeah, you are 1 point faster. Okay, never mind. We'll play... This will be our last one for this video. We've already gone above the 20-minute mark. And, ooh, we do versus some Sun. Zard. We do see the Solar Beam and that. However, we do have to be careful of a potential Tailwind. The Tailwind from... What's it called? The Whimsicott is very annoying. Honestly, I think it's just these two. We'll bring the Trevenant, and then we will just bring the Metagross. It's Mega Sableye? What the hell? Okay, Mega Sableye is pretty interesting here, actually. How much should we do with Draco? Draco plus Overheat should knock out Zard wide. You don't have Quash, but it was Imparting Shot, though. Are there any... I'm not really too worried. You could potentially go for the Parting Shot into Sableye here. I have an idea. I think we'll make this play here. Even if they don't they could hard switch into Whimsicott here. Or try to Party Shot into Whimsicott and just protect Charizard. Let's see if I'm correct. Oh, they go for the Will-O-Wisp. That's fine. We do get the Taunt off, so they have to like hard switch. And then we should just have a free Overheat plus Draco Meter into Charizard and get rid of this demon. The only issue is that this next turn we will be like pretty behind in terms of what's it called? We're pretty behind in terms of power outage, but the Sableye is taunted, so there really isn't much to worry about from it. Actually, what could have been funny is if they... Okay, so they're already just going to give us our Ursaluna here, I think. Actually, no, we... What the What am I looking at? Wait a minute! This thing is bulletproof assault vest? What are we cooking? Brother! Why did I bring Trevenant? What the hell? What am I versing? I didn't even take it. I guess I didn't even look at the thing like that, but that's hilarious. Oh my, I'm at a disbelief right now. Oh, I forgot. He's faster. That does a lot of damage. And he knocks himself out with his own Earthquake. Okay. Question is, how much... we are burned, though. Are we... How much are we doing to this Charizard here? Psychic Fangs. It is Heat Wave. Okay, we're also not faster. I think we might just have to sack the... for damage. Oh, we don't... How much are we doing with Trevenant? Actually, Trevenant probably just dies to Heat Wave. If they do Mega here. What do I fucking... Ooh, the crit's kind of big. We do lose both Mons. One more turn of Trick Room is left. Breaking Swipe does not do enough to things. We do have to, unfortunately, depends on what their last Mon is. Want to keep. If it's Whimsicott, it's a little. I think if it's Whimsicott, we just lose. I have an idea. Holy crap! Hold on. What should we do? Oh my god, we did not do enough. This is so silly. Okay, we probably are gonna lose. I'm not gonna lie. How much are we doing at -2? Actually, we're still killing this Venusaur, hold on. I think we just lose this though. Yep. Unfortunately, we do lose this one. I completely forgot about Will-O-Wisp into my thing. But yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. I will say Metagross does look pretty okay into this current meta. I would probably pair it with maybe a better water type. Or even just put it with like Archaludon Rain. Actually, not probably not Archaludon Rain, but maybe with Pelipper and potentially like a Palafin even. But I'll let you guys do your team building for yourselves on that regard. But that'll be me closing out this episode of Megas and Champions.